Hi, this is Jordan Hill, and this is the Dirt to Sky Business Podcast. Thank you so much to Collier Law for sponsoring this episode. And as a reminder, we're looking for one more long-term sponsor for Dirt to Sky. I have been so honored to be the host of Dirt to Sky for over 1 year now. I have learned so much, and I hope that you have too. I thought that it would be a really fun episode to see if it would help anybody watching. I've had the honor of learning so much from all of the guests that have been joining me for over 1 year. And so I thought today it would be really fun to be able to share some of the wisdom that I've gleaned from them, as well as some of the experience that I've had being a business owner to be able to help you as you get your business off the ground. Today, I'm going to be talking about time management and protecting your calendar. They go hand in hand, and this is something that not only have I learned the hard way, but I'm still learning every single day. As you know, business owners really have to be self-motivated and time block so carefully and be intentional about every minute of the day. I like to think of my time the same as I think of a budget. Every minute is $1. And if I am wasting my time, if I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing and how long I'm doing it, before I know it, it's Friday and I'm like, I don't know what I did all week. And I definitely know that I haven't achieved the objectives that I wanted to. And that's a problem. What I do is I time block every minute very carefully. And every single morning, I wake up early and I look over my schedule for the day and see if there's anything I need to do to adjust. For example, if I have put an appointment at one location for 1 hour, and then I have another appointment at another location for an hour back to back, that doesn't make sense because I'm going to be late because I didn't account for drive time. So ahead of time, that morning, worst case, I can reach out to one of my appointments and adjust it just a little bit. So I make sure that I'm punctual, I'm present, and I'm not having to rush out early. It's obviously better to catch that way ahead of time. So I do suggest over the weekend or having some set day that you review the upcoming week. Another strategy that is so important is not just to time block what you're doing in the upcoming days, but also to track the activity you're doing and make sure that as you move through your day, you're adjusting what you've done and how long you've done it for as you go through your day in the past. That way, at the end of the week, you're able to look back and see, man, I did this for this long, this for that long, and it's obviously not working. I'm not achieving my objectives that I needed to hit. And so being able to look back and accurately see the activity you've done is key for learning how to time block the next week. Something else that I do, which really, really helps me, is I allow myself to be held accountable. My calendar is given to 3 different people so they can see what I'm doing at all times. Number 1, my assistant. Number 2, my business partner. And number 3, my spouse who co-owns the real estate team with me. They can see what I'm doing at all times. And just knowing that makes me work even harder to make sure my calendar is dialed in, I'm productive, and I'm intentional. I would also make sure that you are identifying if there are things that are wasting your time. The one that I hear the most is social media doom scrolling. I have learned how to become disciplined in it, and anybody can. It's just like a dessert or a junk food. It's okay to have once in a while. It's okay to sometimes on a weekend or you have a little free time to scroll and enjoy it. That's totally fine. But if it's consuming your day, you're going to have a very unhealthy balance and it's going to destroy your time blocking skills. What I like to do personally, and you'll find what works well for you, but what I do personally is time block in 30 minutes of social media time in the morning, during my lunch, and at night. The reason why I do that is for 2 reasons. Number 1 is because it's consistent through the day, it's doable, and it's just 30 minutes at a time. And that makes sure that I don't get caught up doom scrolling. And that makes sure that I'm not doom scrolling because I have to be intentional about my activity and then move on to my next appointment. The second reason that I structure it that way is because I have 4 kids, I have a family, and I have a personal life, and I don't want to be on social media when I should be spending quality time with my kids. So the 30 minutes in the morning is early. It's over my coffee, it's before my kids wake up, and I just have a nice little session of editing a video or making a meaningful post. I also do it during my lunch break, easy to do, and then again at night before or after my kids go to bed. It just allows my work-life balance to be better. It allows me to be a better mom, and it still hits my objective of consistent social media posting. Now, you might hire out for someone else to manage your social media, so don't get caught up on that example, but that is an example of how you can identify something that's eating all your time and destroying your schedule. Another really important part about managing your calendar is protecting your calendar. Yes, we can protect it from ourselves and doom scrolling or whatever else wastes our time, but we also need to protect our calendar from time wasters or people that take all of our energy. As a business owner, and especially as you grow and become really good at what you're doing, people will take notice of that. But think about it. If you have 20 people every week asking to take you to coffee or pick your brain, if you allowed all 20 people on your calendar that week, that's 20 hours away from your business, away from your family, away from taking a little bit of time for yourself, away from your clients, and from things that pay the bills. So how can you still help those 20 people and still invest in them, but also still be able to effectively run your business? That's protecting your calendar. Something that works well for me is to have my assistant screen the appointments. So when somebody wants on my calendar, I have them book it with her. She then vets it in order of priority. She's able to identify if it is somebody that simply wants to take, and not actually implement any strategies. Those people are actually pretty easy to identify, and we could probably talk about it on another episode. She's also able to see if it's something that directly pays my bills, runs my business, keeps the business going, my lights on. So if it's somebody, for example, for me, that is ready to sell their home or buy a home, that would be top priority. They get onto my calendar immediately, and something else can be bumped off for them to be put on my calendar. If it's something else, kind of one of those mid-range appointments where it's somebody that really needs help or really wants advice, and of course, the law of reciprocity, which is give. What you give is what you'll get. And so finding those people, it makes me want to give to them all day long. But again, when you have a large amount of those people, what do you do with it? Because you can't spend all of your time on one-on-one coffee appointments. So something that I chose to do, it's not for everybody, but it's something that I chose to do, which was start going to Toastmasters. They have them all over the United States, and they're a club that teaches you how to do public speaking. The reason why I chose that is because I knew that if I could stand on a stage and share information in front of 100 people, that is way more time effective than meeting with 100 people for an hour each. So it's just finding a way to reach just as many or more people in less time, and it's just as impactful. Some alternatives to that are videos like this, writing articles, blogs, or books, and that sort of a thing. Something that I learned from a good friend of mine, and she actually was a guest here on Dirt to Sky, one of our first guests, Ellen Yin, gave me some really valuable advice one time, and so I thought I would share it. What she said is when she's getting a large volume of people that say, let's grab coffee, let's do this, and it's hard to determine if they are just wanting to take time and energy and never give back to the world, or take advice and never implement it, or maybe you're not sure. Maybe they just seem like a great person, but you haven't met them, you haven't spent time with them, and there's so many. So a great option is to plan a few hours at a coffee shop, bring your laptop, bring some downtime work that you already have to do, and tell those people, If you want to come and hang out with me, talk to me, grab coffee with me, I'll be at X coffee shop during this window of time. And then if they really want to see you and talk to you, they'll drop by. And it's all of them in a group. It can be really powerful, fun, and then you can also identify the people that you realize it would be worth it to put them on your calendar and invest in them. I already talked about the fact that your time is like money. Budget it. Know where it's going. And I also talked about people that you're investing in and things that you're investing your time in. So those really go together. I mean, with actual money, you're not just dumping it all into something that says that it's a good investment. I mean, you research it, you're careful with it, you protect your money. And then if you think that it's going to a place that will really make a difference in your life, then you can invest in it. And so it's the same. It's the same with things you're doing. It's the same in business. And it's the same when you're investing in people. You don't get time back. It goes by quick. Time is the most precious asset that we have. And so we should be managing our time. We should be protecting our time like it's the most valuable asset we have, because it is.